Hey, what's up? My name is Cameron Doherty, and I've got a nice fresh cup of iced coffee because today is Prime Day and I've been up bright and early trying to find you the best deals for your tech dollar. So let's talk about that. So to start, I'm going to call out the fact that most of these deals you need to be a Prime member. And if you are not a Prime member, there is a link down in the video description which will allow you to sign up for a free trial. And that's a great way to jump right in and be able to take advantage of these deals. Also down in that video description is going to be links to every single one of the products that I talk about, and so feel free to go and use those. They are affiliate links, which means that the channel does receive a small commission, but it doesn't change anything to do with the price for you, so we would really appreciate it if you would use those links. Thank you. And before I go any further, I do want to call out a couple key things to remember. Number one is I recommend checking price history on products. It's really easy to get tied up in the hype of Prime Day and just assume that something is a good deal. You can use services like Camel, Keepa, or Honey that allow you to see prices over time and know, maybe this is the price that it runs at all the time, or, oh wow, this is a deal I need to jump on right now. In addition, check other websites. At this point, Target is running major promotions to try to compete with Prime Day, and many other companies that sell on Amazon are also putting deals on their own website. So if you've got a specific product that you're looking for and maybe it's on the fringe of your budget, go and shop around and try different places on Prime Day because you might find that there's an even better deal somewhere else. And finally, don't just look at the Amazon Prime Day deals section. I was doing that this morning when looking around, and one thing that I noticed is that if you go down, I was going into keyboards, mice, for example, things like that, and if you go down into those sections, you wind up finding a limited set versus if you just search more broadly for specific brands or specific products. So make sure that you're not just going off of the menus that Amazon provides. Look more broadly and you might find some deals that are a little bit more hidden. Now, I will be keeping tabs on some of the deals throughout the day. Things do change, and also tomorrow is the second day of Prime Day, and I'll go take a look there as well. So check the video description for any updates. If I find any unbelievable deals, I'll make sure that I update the video description so that I can include those for you as well. Now, one last thing before I jump into the products is that Amazon also owns Audible, and I personally love audiobooks. And if you have not tried Audible, you can sign up for a free trial with the link down in the description. They also run numerous Prime Day deals on Audible. This is something that year over year I've usually taken advantage of because I will very often subscribe to Audible and then unsubscribe to Audible. It's a little bit of a hack to be able to get some books cheaper, but they're probably running some sort of promotions there. So go ahead and click that link and make sure you get signed up and really take advantage of getting some free books or some deeply discounted books to listen to in your free time. And without further ado, let's jump into the products that I found that I love. Okay, kicking it off, we have Newfie keyboards. Now, if you have followed the channel, you know, obviously I'm going to start with some keyboards. I love keyboards, and the Newfie Halo 75 V2 is one of the most recent ones that I have reviewed, and it is probably my favorite keyboard to date. And basically the entire Newfie lineup is on sale right now. So you've got a 20% discount on the Halo V2, which literally just came out, which is awesome. Now, granted, it is not 20% below kind of MSRP. The prices are a little bit jacked up to compensate for the shipping charges. So I think this is really more like a $130 keyboard you're getting for $120. But still, if you buy it through Newfie's website, you're gonna probably have to pay a shipping charge on top of that. And so you are getting a good deal here, and this is a fantastic keyboard at a good price. So definitely take a look at that. As I mentioned, the entire Newfie lineup is on sale, and that also goes for the Air 75 or the Air 96. So once again, $120, 20% off. Take a look at these. Fantastic keyboard. I've taken a look at the V1 of the 75 and the V1 of the Air 96, but the V2s of these are just getting even better, and there's a lot of fantastic reviewers out there that have comparisons or that are looking at the newer models if you want to just double check before you commit. But if you're looking for a low profile keyboard, this is a fantastic option, and it is great to see it on a Prime Day deal. Next up, keeping with keyboards, we have the MX Keys. And unfortunately, the MX Keys and MX Keys S I did not see on a good deal this year. However, the MX Keys Mini, we've got the black one here for $80, which is a pretty solid price. We also have the pale gray or the white one for just $75. So those are very good, fantastic, small keyboard, great, compact on your desk. It is one that I have used regularly in the office, and my wife has one on her desk all the time. It's a great keyboard, definitely a good option and a good price there. Normally $100 for that one. Next up on the keyboards, we do have Keychron throwing out some deals for Prime Day. Now, Keychron makes really good value keyboards. So they are not the most expensive, they're not the absolute fanciest, but they are usually a very good bang for the buck, and this is no exception. So the Keychron K3 V2 is one that I reviewed probably about a year ago or so, and I think it's a great keyboard. This one, the only difference is that it is a white LED background only. It is not RGB lit, but $63 for a very good keyboard is a great deal, so definitely consider that. And if you're looking for something a little bit better, a little bit newer, there's also the K3 Pro on here for just $80. And that's a really compelling offer. So this one is normally $100. You're getting 20% off on a really good keyboard. There are other Keychron deals out there as well. These are just ones that I called out because I love the K3, which is a low profile, 75% keyboard. I think it's a really solid piece of equipment. And if you're looking for other ones, definitely search around, get some larger keyboards, some non-low profile keyboards. Didn't seem like everything from Keychron was on sale, but there were definitely other models that were, so take a look around if you want to find a different Keychron. And last but not least, in the keyboard space, we have the Low-Free Flow. Now, this is the only one I've got on here that I have not tried personally. However, this had fantastic reviews from a lot of people that I respect, and so therefore, I'm pretty confident that this is a fantastic keyboard. I just haven't picked one up for myself at this point. It is normally $170, which is very premium, very expensive for a low-profile mechanical keyboard. However, it is down to $136, which is a great price relative to normal MSRP. Unfortunately, it is only the white in the 75% model that is discounted. The black appears to still be full price, but there is also discounts on both the black and the white when it comes to the full size, kind of a 96% or somewhere around there. Keyboard here down to $144 from $180, and so those are definitely really good deals on some high quality low profile keyboards. And across the board there, Newfie, Keychron, a couple Logitechs, Low-Free, these are all really high quality, really good keyboards. If you can find them on a discount, then it's a great opportunity to jump on them because they are just straight up great keyboards. So moving on from keyboards, we are next going to be looking at what I think was really the kind of big winner as far as I saw when I looked around and was shopping this Prime Day, and that's audio products. So we're talking speakers, we're talking headphones. These were the ones that were jumping out the most to me. And so kicking it off, we're going to talk about Ultimate Ears, and I'm actually going to have some Ultimate Ears content coming up pretty soon. They just did an overhaul of their lineup. I have been using the UE Boom since 2014. It's been 10 years that I've been using that product, and I'm really looking forward to making a video about that. The UE Boom and the UE Mega Boom are pretty much the only ones on here that are not discounted. But if you want to pick up the smaller brother of these, the Wonder Boom, this is normally $100. You can get it for $80. This is a small compact speaker. These all have incredible sound. UE really knows how to get great sound quality, high quality sound, good amount of bass relative to the size of all of these devices, and a really good value here at just $80. If you want something more beefy though, there is also discounts on the top end of the lineup here. And so the Epic Boom here, as well as the Hyper Boom, which we'll see on the next tab, these were getting into some big, beefy, powerful speakers. And so if you're looking for something to pump up a party, or if you're out in the fields playing games and you want to make sure that everybody can hear the music, this is a $350 speaker down to $270, and this thing has a lot of power. And if you really want to max out the power, you can go with the UE Hyper Boom. And now this thing is an absolute behemoth. I have heard one of these at a party one time, and they can bump, let me tell you. And so normally these are $450. This is not a cheap device, but this is a lot of speaker in a compact form factor with a handle on it. It is a pretty cool design. In this case, they've only discounted the white model down to $300, which is a fantastic deal compared to the $450 sticker price. The black one is slightly discounted down to $400, but that's really not a notable deal that I would call out here. But if you're interested in a maximum speaker that you can get while still being portable, battery operated, and just Bluetooth user friendly with your phone, this is probably one of the best you can get. If you're in college and trying to, have a really easy setup to be rocking a party at your house, this thing will do the job and then some. Continuing on with audio products, we get into headphones, and first thing here we have the Sony headphones. This is not the current model, but one model before. I have this exact model. This is the WH-1000XM4s. These are $350 headphones originally. They've obviously been cheaper because there is a newer model out, but getting these down at just $200 I think is a very good price. These are great headphones, sound amazing. They've got a nice travel case. They've got a little swipe feature on them so that you can go forward and back and up and down in volume. You can cup them to do transparency mode. They're a solid headphone, a good deal, great for air travel, things like that, really good noise cancellation, and getting them down to just $200 is solid. But if you want to get the newest model, you can also get the WH-1000XM5s, which are the current model, normally $400, and you can get it down to $300. And they even come in a beautiful midnight blue, which blue is my favorite color, if you can't tell from the aesthetics of the whole channel. And this is a really good deal there if you want to get one of the top-end, newest Sony headphones, and you can rock those on your next flight and have lovely peace and quiet within the active noise cancellation. So those are out there for $300. Continuing on with additional headphones, we have the obvious choice here, the AirPods Pros. Everybody knows these. These are the second generation with the USB-C charging, down to $169. Nice. You can really pick those up at a discount here, 32% off of the sticker price, $249. And obviously, what do I have to say about these fantastic headphones? Everybody knows about the AirPods Pros. Probably don't want to get them if you are an Android user, but if you're an Apple user and you want a great experience, awesome. However, if you've watched my videos in the past, you may have seen that these fall out of my ears personally. And so the other alternative here is going with the Beats Fit Pros. And so I made a whole video on these. You can watch my review that I've posted previously. These are down to $150. And the differentiator here is that these have a wingtip that are going to help hold them in your ears. It worked for me where I had AirPods Pros falling out all the darn time, and this was able to keep them in effectively, whether I'm exercising, whether I'm just sitting around working at my desk. Doesn't matter, they are great. I love these. They are also fully compatible in the same way that AirPods are, being able to connect as soon as you open up the case to your iPhone, and also doing switching between devices, all of that good stuff that comes with AirPods. So if you're an Apple user, that's great. If you're an Android user though, these still work just fine. You lose out on some of those benefits, but they're still great headphones. So that finishes out audio products. And as I said, that was the sort of surprise category here. The surprise disappointing category, I would say, is mice. I was really hoping to have some good mice deals for you guys. Unfortunately, there's just not a whole lot out there. So I've only got two. They're both Logitech. We've got the MX Anywhere 3. Please note this is not the newest model. So the newest model is the 3S, which has the silent clicks, which I absolutely love. But this is the previous model. This is covered on the channel a long time ago. Fantastic mouse. You can get it down to $55. It's still a great deal as long as you don't want silent clicks. And if you prefer to have a traditional click, then absolutely this is one to jump on. This is usually an $80 mouse, and you can get it now for just $55, which is great. On the cheaper side of mice, I did just recently cover this, the Logitech Signature M550. This is a very basic mouse, no bells and whistles, no side buttons, no anything like that. It does come in at just $20. That is for the black small size. Not all of the colors are on the same deal right now. The other small options are not really discounted in the same way. If you do go to the large size though, you can actually pick up the black large for just $19 and the blue as well for $20. And so those are good prices. This is only a $30 mouse, so these aren't crazy discounts. But if you're looking to pick one of these up, if you happen to see the video recently and you just want to save a few bucks, it's a solid basic mouse that you can pick up now for just $20. Now moving away from mice, we get into the everything else categories. This is anything that I wanted to call out for you guys that are not in those kind of key categories above. And so the first thing here is picking up a MacBook today. All of the MacBooks are discounted, and so this is just an example with the latest 2024 MacBook Air. Obviously, I have been a big proponent of MacBooks. I've got one right in front of me here. And so ever since Apple Silicon came out, they are really just a great option. And this is looking at just the most entry-level version of it. So if you're looking to not do anything crazy, you're not gonna be doing super fancy video editing, you're not gonna be doing super fancy graphics work, you just want a nice reliable computer that you can browse the web, do basic things with photos and all of the good stuff that you do with your computer day in and day out. This is a great entry-level option. And because this is the latest option or the latest version, it's got the M3 chip, so it's got the latest, virtually the latest, but it's got the latest that you can buy in this model. Do yourself a favor though and pick up at least the 512 gigabytes of capacity because 256 is really tiny. But basically what this does is this gets you 512 instead of 256 for the same starting price that you get for the normal 256 regularly. So if you go to Apple's website, you're gonna pay $1,100 for it with the lower capacity, and here you can upgrade it and keep the same price. On top of that, there is a $50 coupon, so you're actually saving a little bit on top of that. So this is a good option, but shop around a little bit if you're interested in one of these because you can get the MacBook Pros, you can get a whole bunch of different models, and they're all discounted slightly differently. So take a look and see if you can find one that suits you, and just know that the Apple Silicon chips are pretty fantastic. Next up is a bit of a small, kind of random one, but this is the Anker Nano charger. This is a 20-watt charging block that is the same size as those old school 5-watt Apple chargers. Very tiny. It's got USB-C. It is a great piece of equipment. You can see I purchased it 2 times on this particular Amazon account here. I use this every time I travel, and you can pick one up now for just $10. It comes in a bunch of different colors that are all beautiful, and you can even get it bundled with some USB-C cables, which is also pretty good deals there. This is a just solid option for travel, for having a quick way to charge and to do it fast rather than the slow way of charging it with an old 5-watt charger. Next up, we have some lighting options. I covered the Litra Glow and Litra Beam from Logitech just recently. These are both discounted down, $45 for the Litra Glow, and the Litra Beam you can get for $85. These are both fantastic lights. I go into a full pro and con of why you might want one versus the other, but definitely check those out. Check out that video if you want to learn more. Those are great options at great prices. The next one here is absolutely insane. It doesn't actually come up as a Prime Day deal. However, this is the Logi Dock. I covered this a very long time ago, back when it first came out. And I think basically from following this product over the last little bit here, I don't think it's selling too well. This was actually a $400 product. Don't let it confuse you by the fact that it says list price $200. This was a $400 product when it came out, and I think it was worth it at $400. I have it on the desk right behind the camera. I use it every single day as a speaker phone, and as a hub in order to control my monitors and have a single cable solution into my laptop. It is fantastic. I'm hoping to do a full review on it now that I've used it for multiple years, but the chance to get this at $110 is fantastic. There's a little bit of nuance in there of what you can connect in, whether you're using a Windows laptop versus a MacBook. If you're using a MacBook, you need to look at how many displays out it has. Different ones have different capabilities, so it gets a little bit in the weeds there. But $110 for this as a $400 product that I thought was justified in price there is absolutely wild. So definitely consider that if you're interested in a dock and a speakerphone. Moving on, we have the Google Nest Wi-Fi Pro. This is 6E Wi-Fi, so this is brand new spec. This is new, great Wi-Fi. I have these in my house. $400 normally, $285 now. Great deal there. And finally, the last two here come from Aqara. Now, Aqara does smart home, and I have not done a whole lot of stuff around smart home products thus far on the channel, but I do have this particular product. I bought it right when it came out. It is brand new. This thing just came out probably within the last couple months. $130 hub here that you can get a $42 coupon on right now. I wish I had waited to buy it because I would have loved to save $42 on it, But if you are looking for a thread border router, a Matter controller, I can't get into all of the details of what all these things mean, but this is a really powerful hub. If you want to use some of the Aqara products, which are great from everything I can tell and from the ones that I have owned, this is a really good option, and it also unlocks a lot of other Matter and thread related products. And then on top of that, you have one of the products here that I bought, which was the Aqara door and window sensor. And so you can get a 20% coupon on this in order to link up with that hub, put it on doors, put it on windows, and get immediate notifications because it's Matter. It is nice and snappy and let you know when something is open or closed or left open, things like that. Solid product there at a good price. And that really wraps up. That is everything that I wanted to cover for you today. This is obviously not exhaustive. I took some time this morning and sat down and tried to figure out what I could truly recommend based on things that I have tried or that I am confident in based on what I've heard from other people and reviews that I've seen. There is a ton of deals out there on Amazon Prime Day, but make sure you look around and really do price check, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, because while it is great to get swept up in the hype and go and spend on all of these amazing products, make sure that they're not something that is just saying Prime Day deal, but it's the same price you can get it any day and you can really think it through. So just trying to be a little bit responsible, make sure that you're not wasting your money on products, because I want you guys to get the most for your tech dollar. That's always going to be my goal. And so hopefully taking a look at these and pointing out these particular deals that I find interesting will help you to feel confident in your purchasing decisions. And once again, make sure that you check out the links down in the video description to either sign up for a free trial, sign up for Audible, or find any of the products that I discussed. And I will be trying to keep that updated throughout Prime Day. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday and a great Wednesday. Find some great deals, and I will see you in the next one.